All right, so those who are on TikTok, I want to remind you that we are also live on YouTube. If TikTok gives you issues, you can go straight to YouTube and you'll be able to get us. It's Dank Scott Traders Hub, and you'll be able to find us right there. So just know that. All right, so crash 500 on Monday we were still looking, it was still very bearish. We wanted some buys around that order block, so let's look into that. Okay, I see that. So price hasn't reached this level, but is it enough for us to get in with some buys? Let's see, using our, there's an invisible thing right here. There's some weird thing that is happening here that I'm not understanding. Okay guys, something is weird on my chart. I need to know it, I need to understand it. Something is not right. Something is not right. I need to first figure it out before we can continue. All right, I think it is now clear. All right, perfect. All right, so we started with I wanted this fib retracement level to see whether we are ready for the buys. I think we are ready, looking at what happened here and price reacting on that 61.8. I believe we are ready. I believe we are ready for the buys. Look at that and look at what price is actually doing. Yesterday's candle was a bearish, a bullish strong candle there. It was an engulfing one, engulfing these candles right here, which were bearish candles. And look at that previous candle before yesterday, that was on Monday, closed with a rejection and closed as a hammer. So we know that now buys are on. So we never even got a break of structure according to daily time frame. This was never a break of structure right about there. So we know buys have started. So can we enter some buys? I think we can. Let's get into H4 and look at it closely. Yeah, H4 is not yet ready, but it will get ready for us to start selling. So I want to delete some of these. H4 is not yet ready to start buying, but it will eventually get ready for the buys. It will get ready for the buys to give us the entry that we need. So let me go to M15. Let me look at it closely. I'm actually selling. So now I know that we are going to sell M15. This is a change of character, weird one. That tells us a price is likely to return to that level, and then we get in with our sales to push for this kind of a move to the H4 order block, where we will be looking at getting the buys ready. So for now, I will be anticipating selling today of this asset crash 500, selling from there or even a little bit up, then we drop down for this very sell. Boom, 1,000. Let's go. We have no much time. I hope you guys, you're getting everything. I hope my sound is clear and there's no buffering at all. Let's now head over to Boom 1000. Remember guys, at the end, towards the end, we'll be analyzing gold. So if you're here for gold, stick around. We'll be talking about gold, and we'll be looking at the key points of interest that we are looking at and where price is headed. So stick around if you are looking at trading gold. Boom 1000, let's go. And if you still want to join, if you don't have an account with this kind of broker who offers these assets that we are currently analyzing, please go ahead to the description below and you'll be able to see you go, if you're on TikTok, go to the bio, you'll see the link there. If you are on YouTube, go to the description of this live stream and you'll be able to get the links there to register your own trading account. All right, now Boom 1000 yesterday, Boom 1000 the other day, actually we wanted that move and then we wanted it to drop massively. So I hope those who were not in the charts yesterday but we are here on Monday, I mean those who were in the charts yesterday and we're here still on Monday, you were able to get that move, because that's what we needed. We wanted that kind of move, which will be a manipulation move, to later give us a drop, massive drop for the sales, and that's what happened yesterday. Since yesterday, actually it happened on Monday late night, early morning, sorry, and then dropped massively for this sell. Has it hit our TP yet? Yes, our first TP has been hit. In fact, our second TP, first TP there, second TP has been hit. Now it's aiming for the third TP. So the analysis was on point. I hope you guys were able to follow it up and were able to make this money. Yesterday I was not in the chart, so I did not trade this asset. So let's delete all that now. Price, we need it all the way down below. So let's now analyze today, starting from the daily time frame. Why do we need sales? Look at yesterday. It was a Malibuzu candle. Yesterday's candle was a Malibuzu candle. Today I started with a buy, then now we are looking at selling. Yeah, so that is today. Let's look at, we need buys. That is a general trend, but we need it to first pull a little bit down. We are anticipating a heads and shoulder. If price reacts here, if it drops down there, then still we'll be looking for buys, but it's likely to react onto this level or even drop down a little bit. So that's what we are looking at. According to H4, we now have a change of character to confirm the downside or to confirm the bearish move according to H4. So what are we going to see now? Price has now reacted to this order block on H4. On H4, that means we're going to see this move either to this level or there to look for, or this fair value gap was already taken out, so we may go all the way back to this order block. We may go all the way back to that order block, yeah, according to H4. So we so according to H1, I mean yeah, H1, we are starting to see some buys. These lines, let them not confuse you. You already know these are for higher time frame, but now I'm dealing with H4 and M15, so let's first look at that. So this is our lower low on H1, of course even M15, but according to M15 we have now what we call a change of character. We now have a change of character. So we now have a change of character. So if price drops down here, we are likely to get in with our buys. I may not enter there, but if it at all gives me a better entry, I'll be making my entry. Let me go to M5. Yeah, M5 is already buying, so it may go a little bit up, may continue a little bit up, but then it will reach a point and it will drop all the way to such a level. So I'm actually gonna be waiting for something like that to reach all the way there for my buys to come through. So for now, this is happening. This is happening. I'm gonna leave this on M5. I'm gonna leave this on M5. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on M5 and wait. All right, so that is enough on Boom 1000. I'm gonna be waiting on M5 to confirm my entries. All right, let's now head over to volatility. No, Boom 500. Sorry, Boom 500. Boom 500. Let's go. All right, so Boom 500. I had left a limit order for the buys. That was yesterday because we sold it the other day. We sold it the other day on Monday. Those who were here on Monday, let me first show you our entries of the buys. Or main of the sales. Let me show you that. This was our entry. Those who are on VIP, you know we've been in that trade for 2 days. So yesterday late night I analyzed this to look at buys and put my 2 limit orders there, this one and that one, and those have been now have been activated. These 2 limit orders have been activated for a buy move. Now this one was activated late night, actually early morning. It's been playing in profits. My TP was there. It failed to hit my TP. I came early morning when it was playing around there, but now this one has also been activated. The only challenge I'm seeing is it's likely to take out these stop losses, because I see here price has been playing around that area. It might come for these stop losses, but as of now this one is in profits, this one is in some floating losses, the first one. So congrats to those that were able to make that sale. Those who are on VIP and who made that sale, congrats to you guys. Now let's talk about today. Let's talk about today. All right, so let's start on the daily time frame. What are we seeing? We are seeing consolidation and it is still selling, so don't look for any buys, guys. That pullback that I was looking for yesterday has already finished. It's not going to break this level. Having seen that, in fact, I may as well close. May as well close early. Why? Because we are still very bearish. We are still selling strongly. Yes, this is a support area, but looking at what we have on the daily time frame, we are still strongly selling. According to H4, this is no big deal here. Price is gonna go through it. In fact, a new H4 has just started 3 minutes in that new H4. So if I was to enter any sales, let me see, according to M15, if I was to enter any sales, I would wait for price to break this level right here. and push for more sales just below that support. That's what I would do. I'm gonna wait for that, and I will enter sales immediately after the breakout. Any M15 candle closing below this support, that would be my entry for buys. I mean for sales, sorry, for sales. So that's it. That's it. No business, no more business around here until I see that. I've closed my buy entries. I should have closed earlier, but yeah, it's just a small thing. I've not gone into some big losses yet. So now I'm gonna wait for my sales, and these sales are gonna be taking me all the way to this other trend line. That's where I'm gonna be aiming at these stop loss, I mean my TP, to that trend line. But first, of course, our first TP is on this order block, which is an H4 order block, and then as we wait for price to come to that trend line, it may reach there, it may not. So that's why we have our first TP as that H4 order block. You have to be patient. That order block, you take your TP as your first TP, and break even as you wait to see whether it will continue. V25S, volatility 25S. Hey guys, welcome again, once again. Those who are still joining in, please let me know where you're watching us from. I treasure you guys for coming around. Volatility 25S, volatility 25 1S. All right, so volatility 25 1S, all right, what is happening here? Let's look at it. Okay, we first remove these entries of the robot. Sorry. All right. What on Monday we wanted buys, pull back here. Look at that exact level like I had told you. Look at that pull back there. Our entry would have actually happened early morning yesterday. This is where we would have made our entry, or our limit order being there for the buys. Yeah, that was our analysis. So if you followed this analysis yesterday, you should have made money from there too, all the way there. This was enough money on V25. V25 is highly volatile, and it's also a high leveraged asset. So yeah, you should have made this money yesterday. So we don't need these. They've already served us, so we can take them out. We can take them out and now get in on what is happening now. Let's now talk about what is happening now. Alright, so we start on the weekly time frame. What are we seeing? We need sales. Alright, so daily time frame, what are we seeing? We need sales, of course. We need sales according to our signals coming in from CCI and price action there, but we wanted price to first mitigate this fair value gap first, and then go look for the stop losses of the early sellers above there, and then we drop massively for the sells. Now, why aren't we looking for more sales to mitigate that level? Because H4 has reached oversold level, and it has now given us a confirmation of buys. This is a change of character or a market structure shift, and now price is headed there. That's why we are looking for buys according to H4. And look at this, look at this, look at that. Price has reacted exactly to 61.8 of fib. That's why we saw buys yesterday, and even the previous H4 candle. Look at that, it was a Malibuzu candle on H4. You know what that means. That means we are still strongly buying. We are still strongly buying. So you cannot afford to look for any sales if H4 is showing you buys. So what are we going to do now? Go to M15. Let's go to M15 and wait for buys to start. So are we ready for buys on M15? No, we are not yet ready. Wait a minute, seems we are ready. I think we are ready. I think we are ready, but sometimes I need a signal also from my CCI, so I'm just gonna leave it. M5 is gonna sell. M5 is going to sell, so I'm just gonna leave it till M15 is ready for buys. So right now it's not ready. Right now it isn't ready for my entry of buys. So I'm gonna wait one more time probably to reach this level. One more time to reach that level, and then we get in with buys. Till then, no business. After this level, then I know I can enter my buys to take me there. I can swing it all the way to that OB. So for now, no business. I'm gonna be patient for these entries. V75, let's go. V75, this is an EA's entry. I want to remove it right now. Yeah, let's look at what we looked at on Monday. We wanted buys there to look for the sell. We never saw any, but the robot had entered sales there, so it made money. Then later it entered buys, and then it made a loss here. I did not adjust yesterday. I was not in the market, so I did not adjust its SL to have a small risk. Yeah, but that is what happened. So the rest, yeah. So for now, no business. Market yesterday it made a loss. In fact it almost lost what it made on Monday. So I need to it has already entered sales like I've shown you at first, so we can now look at it manual trading. Let's look at it manual trading. It hit the first TP. I don't know why I had not put the TP there, and now let's adjust to daily time frame first. What are we looking at on daily time frame? We are still consolidating within this range. We have the upper range, the lower range, so price is still playing games. Even though we saw a break of structure here, price went up there, so we know that we still need sales. We still need sales from all the way to this other order block. This is a valid order block to just be ignored. This is a valid order block to just be ignored. So we know that we are going to see sales drop all the way down here. That is what we need, and the daily time frame has now confirmed sales. Why am I saying this has now confirmed sales? Look at that, it is overbought on the CCI. Weekly time frame, yes, we need buys, but that doesn't mean we won't sell first and then buy later. According to H4, we already need sales. So what are we going to do here on H4? We already need sales, so we need to if we need sales on H4 and price is failing to break this right here, then it needs to first get enough momentum to break this support right here. Right? So let's go to M15. So that means M15 should be buying. It's been playing on this level. It gave us a change of character here. Look at this on M15, and then the buying started there, and we had a higher high, dropped here for a higher low, went for a higher high again, failed, dropped all the way to the previous low, and since then it has been failing to break that level. So we have a range up here for price to break. We have something there for price to break, so that we can first go for the buys. We have something there to anticipate. I want the one on H4. What did H4 leave behind? Nothing. So that means we are going to wait for price on M15 to grab liquidity on that order block. That will be giving us enough momentum according to H4 to drop massively for this move and break this support here and go all the way down below to break even this support, this previous lower low. So that's what we need. All right, so I'm gonna wait on M15. Can I enter buys now? Let me go to M5. If I have an entry on M5, then I can as well make my buy entries. Not yet, so we don't have any entries to get in with this buy. Yeah, we don't have, so we wait. We still wait for M5 to be ready for buys. Then we enter buys according to M15 all the way to, we take it all the way up there for that kind of a move. Jump 50, let's go. Like I said, we will be analyzing gold, so please stick around. If you're a trader of gold, stick around towards the end. We are going to be analyzing fully gold, and yeah, I've been working on several versions of bot or an EA to trade gold. I have several. I have about 3, I think, that can trade gold. I've back tested them on MT5. They are profitable, but I need to test them on the actual account before I can release them to the market. So yeah, play that they all work out. I'll be giving you guys some good things, so stick around on this channel. You never know when an offer comes around. Jump 50 of Monday we were all right. So this was Tuesday, this was Monday we had no business with this asset. Yeah, that's why we don't see any lines around it. We had no business with these assets because it was still playing games. Let's now look at it. We had our limit order right there for the buy. We wanted buys to start on that order block. Price never reacted to that order block, which is weird. Very weird. Almost touched it, failed, and went all the way into the buy. Right now, what we have is a change of character according to H4. That doesn't make sense. Now I have to first check on daily time frame. Let's go to daily time frame. Let's look at what we have there. So now I know why price used the daily time frame order block, not the H4 we had here. Sorry, not the H4 we had here. So it used the daily time frame for the entry, for the confirmation of this move, not the H4, because this is the daily order block right about there. Right about there, you can clearly see that. That is the daily order block right there. So I was looking at H4 within that daily order block. It did not come to the H4 order block. It actually came to 50% of this daily order block and then got us into buys afterwards. So yeah, we can as well take out that H4 OB and maintain the daily order block. Let's now look at where we are. So where are we? Price is above our 10 MA. This was our higher high, so this can be considered as a higher low, has mitigated that order block. So the buys have already started. That's what we needed, and buys are even above our 10 MA. So why can't we enter buys now? Let's go to H4. Do we have an entry to enter buys on H4? I think we had on the previous H4. Looking at that week, was it enough? Did it come to the discount zone? Yeah, it did, but not fully. I normally want it to 61.8. So yeah, I think we still have this kind of a pull again. Let's go to H1. Yeah, you start to see that we are going to sell it. So it means M15 is already looking at selling this. So it will be selling it all the way to 61.8. That's where I want to enter my buys right there. Once price reacts to this level right here, there's no way I won't make my buy entries right there. So that is what I'm gonna wait for. Can we enter some sales? There's a fair value gap here between there's that fair value gap right there. Price may react within that fair value gap and it may give us entry for sales according to M5, but it may actually also go for that order block that gave us that momentum. So I may have to have my move like that. Now remember, this is a higher high, this is a higher low according to M15, sorry. So it means if price reacts there and fails to give us a new higher high, then we can enter a sniper entry without wasting time, because this is a pullback that we need according to M15. So we might as well not wait for any markets shift. Maybe if you want that, you can go to a lower time frame like M5 and M1 for you to have a confirmation of the market structure shift, which will be probably on M1. But as of now, all I want is to enter either within this fair value gap to have an entry of sales within that fair value gap, or the order block above that gave us this momentum of sell down below. That's it. So we wait. We can enter this sell, or we can as well wait for the buys all the way here. Why? Because the general trend is a buy trend or is a bullish trend. So most of the times I recommend to enter market according to the trend. Don't go against the trend. Right now the general trend is a buy, so it is better to wait for the market to get back to the general trend of bullish, and then get in according to the trend, not going against the trend, looking for this pullback move. I normally trade these pullback moves because of how that pullback can be so quick to happen, because of its volatility. That's normally why I normally enter these pullbacks. But it is not advised, but you can trade it. So you can sell and then later buy. If you're not sure, if you not have probably 3 confirmations for you to enter this kind of a sell, probably M5 is not confirming the entry and what have you, you don't have to make that mistake of entering a sell. You rather wait for the buys, because those buys, they already they will be already following the general trend, which is a bullish trend right here that is confirmed on H4. Enough of all this, leave it on M15, probably even M5, and we wait. Jump 25, let's go. Jump 25. We have about 6 minutes to close, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's now look at what we have here. Let's look at what we have here. Oh guys, by the way, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe. Continue to subscribe, share with your family and friends, let them subscribe, let them come around for more of these analysis. We are always here Monday to Friday, 10:30 to 11:30 East African time, AM East African time. Now jump 25, we were waiting for pullback here to get that kind of a buy. It happened. Look at that. That was on Monday. Look at that. We had a change of character there, and we wanted this pullback so we can enter buys to hit our TP. That was our first TP there, of course, second TP right there, and our third TP was all the way there. So it went for our second TP, never went for our third TP, and then pulled back and gave us a break of structure. Right now we can see that. So let's now delete all this. This happened late early morning yesterday. This happened, I mean, this move here to buy happened late that day. Did I make any entries on no, this was yesterday. Oh, the limit order price, okay, this is where the problem came in. I left a limit order right there, so it was activated yesterday. Look at where I had my limit order there. It failed to activate it weirdly, yet it touched it, and then it was activated yesterday when I was not in charts, and it was taken out on that TP, on that stop loss, sorry. So I was furious with that when I saw that. I was supposed to share it yesterday in the analysis, but we did not have the analysis. That's why you guys were unable to see where I had put my limit order. My limit order was on that level, but I was surprised that it was not activated when I checked the market. All right, let's now look at today. Today is at Wednesday. What are we seeing on daily time frame? No break of structure. That tells you that we are still looking for bullish. We are still bullish. We have no break of structure. Price has given us those rejections coming in from buyers, so that tells you that it has fully mitigated this fair value gap. But that fair value gap was already mitigated, so what is now happening? So it is a support. All right, so let's now go to let's go to H4. What are we seeing? This is a break of structure here. This is a break of structure here on H4, but we've seen on daily time frame it's no break of structure, so it means that price is gonna come again on H4, but it will fail to break that level. It will fail to break that level, and then we will get in with our buys according to this. So H4 is not yet ready for buys. Let's delete all that. So H4 is not yet ready for buys, but that doesn't mean that M15 can't enter sales. So we are going to be looking for sales now today. Intraday traders, we are looking at selling this. Can we sell it? yeah, towards the end of today, towards the evening, we are likely to drop for this sell. So I think I'm gonna wait for sales. I'm gonna wait for sales. I'm gonna wait for sales. I'm going to wait for sales. Just around there. Around there. Maybe today, sales to drop all the way here, then buys can start tomorrow morning or to the whole tomorrow, basically tomorrow. So for now, no business. I'm not going to trade this asset. I'm not going to trade it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Second last is jump 10. After that, we'll be going to gold. So stick around. One more asset, this asset that we're going to analyze, which is jump 10, and then we look at gold. J10, jump 10. All right, so jump 10. Jump 10. Okay. All right. First start on the daily time frame. Let's look at it. Daily time frame. We're looking for sales. All right. We need sales. We have a break of structure there, so price is checking, looking for supply zone. It has checked the supply zone, so we should be getting into sales now. Looking at that, it has actually mitigated that order block here, this very move here, price has mitigated that order block, so we should be now getting in sales. Why? Because we had a break of structure here, right there. This was a break of structure to give us a new lower low right here. So we have a lower low, that is a lower high, so sales should be starting. So I want to delete these first. For now, I don't need them. Let me delete all this now to have a clean chart. So now let's go to H4. So what are we seeing on H4? What are we seeing on H4? H4, this is a change of character for the upside. Retested here, then gave us a higher low, higher high, and now it has come to this confluence area. Is it ready for the sales? I don't know. Let's wait and see. We should be ready for the sales. I think we are ready for the sales. According to daily time frame, we need sales. H4, we are ready for the sales. H1, yeah, it's getting ready for the sales in a few hours. M15 is getting ready for the sales, so we are ready to sell this asset. All right, so what is it going to take for us to sell this? We have break of structure, higher high, higher low, failure to give us a new higher high. Then right here it drops to give us a change of character to the downside. After giving us a lower low, goes ahead, gives us a lower high here, lower low, lower high, drops, fails to give us a new lower low, goes back, gives us the change of character to the upside, meaning this is our higher high, higher low. Now it is looking for going back. It is trying to take this out to give us a new higher high on M15. But I believe it's just gonna look for stop losses of the early sellers above there, and then we will be getting in with sales later today. It may keep on consolidating, but not for so long. Right here, what we have here is, you can say it is consolidating. It is ranging according to M15. Price is currently ranging. This is the upper range, this is the downer range. So you can look at it in that way until price is ready to sell. You can as well wait for your sales just below this level and you enter your sales without any worries. But as of now, I'm gonna wait for price to pull back around there, probably according to M5. Yeah, according to M5, that's what it's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, and then we will be ready for this kind of a sell on M5. If M5 starts to sell, I will also enter sales to push according to H4. If M5 starts to sell, I'll be selling also. So I'm gonna leave this on M5 and wait. Let's now head over to gold and we call it a day. It's gold. Let's go. Gold. Please be advised that we have VIP signal group where we give signals to those to our subscribers, so you can as well subscribe for VIP signals. Now sometimes I can give a signal based on my strategy. As long as I see a robot trading exactly what I would have done, I would give a signal like this. But then sometimes if I get a signal from a robot like this robot here, and it's not, I would not have entered, then I can never share that. So like this signal, it happened when I was not in the market, but I would have given it. Why would I have given this signal? This was a change of character right here. Those are equal highs on M5 for scalpers. Of course, this would be for scalpers. Then this was our lower low, went ahead to grab liquidity above there, stop losses of the early sellers, and then started to drop. Now the first TP would be there where we are, but it is dropping all the way to this level right there. That would have been our other TP level right there, and that's where I believe price is headed. That's where I believe price is headed. All right, enough of this. I'm not here to show you the bot trading. I'm here to analyze. So let's start with the daily time frame. Gold. In fact, weekly time frame. Let's start with the weekly time frame so we may understand it. So this is our all-time high of gold ever since gold started to exit on the charts. So that is our all-time high. Gold 5,000 something, 500 something. So that is our higher high. After giving us a high, price dropped, gave us a higher low. Of course, on the daily time frame we'll be able to see that. Then it went to look for a new high, it failed, and then dropped. On the daily time frame, this can be seen as a change of character, but on the weekly time frame, it is not. What does that tell us? That tells us that we are still very bullish, right? Yeah, we are still very bullish, even though this high was never taken out by this. So price has failed to neither take out the higher high, neither take out the higher low. So we are still playing within this level. This is still our level where price is playing around this level right there. This is our level right there. Price is gonna be playing within those levels according to the weekly time frame, of course. Now let's go to daily time frame. So we've been following it. Even though the daily time frame, this was never a break of structure, which still gives you which actually gives you now a strong signal and sense of knowing that we are still very bullish. Yeah, right? So higher high, higher low, high there falls down to look for a new to look for a change of character probably, or a market structure shift. It fails. Look at what happens later. We have a market structure shift on the daily time frame for the upside. This is where we see that. Now this order block here, this candle here, was mitigated by this candle, so it is no longer valid unless these market makers decide to come again to mitigate it. unless market makers decide to come again to mitigate it once again. But for us, we know that this candle here mitigated that order block, so that's why it is not a valid order block to me. Now we've seen that this is where the bullish momentum started from again. So market structure shift, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high there, higher low here, then it tries to look for a new high, it fails. So this is our last higher high here, this is our higher low. So now we can delete this. Let me delete these that we've been using. We've made money on this gold for quite some time, so we can delete that. Delete this for now. All right, so we have some sort of strong resistance level right here, as you can clearly see that. Above here we have a fair value gap, which is according to daily time frame. We wanted price to mitigate it. It hasn't mitigated it yet. In fact, it is dropping. Yesterday's day closed with a rejection, but it was a bearish day. It closed with a rejection coming in from buyers after mitigating this level right here, this level right here. Let me go to H4. We look at it properly now. So that is an H4 order block, which is a support level that H4 was able to mitigate. Price was able to mitigate. So what are we seeing now? This is a fair value gap up there according to daily time frame. This is our resistance. Yes, price touched that fair value gap, but it did not mitigate it fully. So that tells us that there's still an opportunity for price to mitigate it fully before we can think of selling it all the way back to this level, where we will be anticipating hopefully buys according to daily time frame and weekly time frame. So as of now, what is on? According to H4, we need buys, that's for sure. We need buys, but do we? No, we need sells. Why do I say that? Price failed to give us a high there, a new higher high. It dropped. This was our higher high on H4 right here. This is our current higher high right here. This was never a higher high. This never gave us a break of structure, neither did that. So this became our change of character. This is our current higher high, so this here is our change of character for the downside. So that's why we are seeing this move to sales. All right, so we know that sales are strong according to H4. So what else can we see? If we are selling according to H4, but price is failing to break this level, so that means this is a strong level. Let's go to M15. Let's look at it. M15, what are we seeing? We are seeing buys. We are seeing buys, but we had a break of structure. So that means this is our lower low according to M15. That is our lower high. So it's looking at coming down below here to break, to try and break this previous lower low. I mean this current lower low on M15. We have our weak low, so it means we are likely to see price break it. So if price breaks this low, we know that it will be coming all the way to that level. So as of now, can we enter sales? We have equal highs there. Look at that. We have equal highs there. According to M5, you will clearly see that that is a change of character. That means sales are begun already. So can we enter sales? No, I'm not going to enter sales. I'm actually going to wait. If price drops to 61.8 or around this level, then I may start to think about buying, actually not selling, because the general trend, remember, the general trend is still bullish. That is a general trend. So if price reaches this level, I may think about buying. Even to 50%, I may start to think about buying. But if it breaks this, and if it fails to give me an entry around this level and continues down below, then it will be going to break this previous lower low on M15 to continue with sales. Remember, I told you, if it breaks that level, we are dropping all the way to this other level according to daily time frame right there, which is an order block on the daily time frame. So that's it for today. What can I do? Scalpers, yeah, you have an opportunity to sell this. You have an opportunity to sell this. If price goes above there and fails to take that high, then you have this move. Scalpers and even intraday traders, you can enter this because you may have an hour or two for price to drop here. So for now, it's a no-go for me. I'm not gonna analyze, I'm not gonna trade this unless if price goes back there and then I get a better entry, or if price reacts here to give me some buys to break this level and we continue with buys. That's it for today on gold. Hope you guys had a great time. Let's now do a recap and we call it a day. Alright, so we started with crash 500. All we need is price to get there, and I think we can now, scalpers can now actually start to think about entering the buy. Scalpers, yeah, scalpers can think about the buy to get us there. Let me go to M1. Yes, we have a confirmation of this even on M1. So if price drops back to that order block, you have your entry. You'll be having your entry for the buys, for this short buy. Scalpers, this is only for scalpers. So if you're scalping, if you're a scalper, you can look at entering around there. You can look at entering around there. All right, boom 1,000, boom 1,000. Yeah, price has reacted there. We need buys, then sells later. So what are we seeing? According to M5, it is sort of giving you something like a falling wedge, or it may end up being a flag. This is only and only for scalpers. It may end up being a falling wedge or a flag, and then later it will take us all the way for the buys. So know that you can enter buys if you're a scalper, but then for swing traders, we can wait to enter buys right here. Boom 500, no business until price breaks here. We cannot enter any sells, no business there. V25s, we need price to react here for us to enter buys. So this is likely to be an asset I'm likely to focus on today. V25s for the buys. V75 pull back here, and we have a buy move ready for us. So till then, no business. Okay, now we are in business. Look at that. That is jump 50. We wanted sales from there. So the move has happened just like we wanted. It has gone through the fair value gap I talked about here. So now it's gonna touch that order block, so we can wait for midday and see whether we can enter sales at midday, whether we can enter some sales. Till then, yeah, that move has worked perfectly like we wanted. We need sales from there to drop here, then we can look for buys later, either tomorrow or today evening. Jump 25, no business. No business. I want to enter buys from here, but till then I'm not going to tamper with it. I may enter sells if I'm lucky and have an entry here. If I don't get an entry, then I will wait for buys here. Why? The general trend is an uptrend according to H4. We want H4 to be ready for the buys. Why? Because on a daily time frame we never had a break of structure on that level, so that's why we need buys later. Jump 10, no business till there, then we drop. You can wait for the buys, which has actually happened. This is M5. It has happened. It has happened. Is it enough for us to enter buys? I may wait for sells, not entering buys. May not enter buys. I may wait for sells. Scalpers may look for buys, probably on M1 when it drops again. You may dropping to do what actually, because I don't see why it would drop again, but you may enter buys if it drops again to give you a better entry, and then wait for sells when we get all the way up there, and we trade as it is looking for stop losses of the early sellers all the way right there according to M15. Lastly is gold. Gold, I've told you we're likely to see a move like that. Why? Because on M5 we're already selling, and we have seen that we need a pullback all the way to, according to daily time frame. Just a minute. We have seen a pullback all the way to, I mean, we have seen that we need a pullback all the way to this order block, which is according to daily time frame. So if we get that, then we can be ready for more buys. But until now, right now, we are likely to sell, then buy, then sell. So be ready according to M15. It's gonna be, it's quite crazy. We're likely to have something like that. Then from there we sell to drop massively all the way down below. So just be ready. Just be ready for whatever case comes around. But as of now, no business. If you want to enter any sales here, you might be a scalper, which can easily give you sales to drop here on M5 and M1. So buys first, then we sell later. So if you are a scalper, there's a buy opportunity as I speak. There's a buy opportunity right now because it is confirmed. Look at this for scalpers. I don't normally scalp. I let the robot do that for me. It scalps. Price is failing to break that level, and it has given you a market structure shift on M1 right there, and look at that. It has reacted all the way back to 61.8 according to Fib, almost to 61.8, but still this is discount zone. So that's why this buy move is valid for scalpers, only for scalpers, guys. Know that. That is gold. All right, so of course you have your TP levels, all that, but we are looking at it going all the way up. So price for scalpers, yeah, this move is valid to look into and make that money if you're a scalper. That is it, guys. Hope you had a great time. Let me wish you guys a good day, happy trading, and a reminder to you guys is that the mentorship class is still on. You can as well register for any of these months and be part of the mentorship class at Dankscore Traders Hub. And also please, if you want signals, VIP signals, we also offer them, so you can as well come around and be part of us. It's only $15 per month. Just inbox me on the number there, WhatsApp number, or you can call me. Yeah, and I'll be able to respond to you and be able you get yourselves to join the VIP Signal platform. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, Thursday. Have a lovely day. Happy trading. Bye bye.